Nature of catalysis. So first we should understand what is basically catalysis. Catalysis is the chemical reaction brought about by a catalyst. Catalyst is a material that increases the rate of a reaction while itself not undergoing any permanent change. The term catalysis was introduced as early as 1836 by Berzelius. There are two classes, positive catalyst and negative catalyst. Positive catalyst increase the rate of reaction, whereas negative catalyst decrease the rate of reaction. According to Berzelius, the name catalysis was coined by Berzelius in 1836. He concluded that besides affinity, a new force is operative, the catalytic force. With this, try to focus the behavior of some substances that permit initiate reaction of decomposition or synthesis. At that time, no understanding existed on a molecular level of reaction rates. For a chemical reaction to take place, it requires a certain minimum amount of energy called its activation energy, and it is represented by EA. If a substance can lower its activation energy without itself being changed or consumed during the reaction, it is called a catalyst or catalytic agent. The action of a catalyst is called catalysis. The catalyst reduces the activation energy by providing an alternative path for the reaction to occur. Three key aspects of catalyst action are taking part in the reaction, it will change itself during the process by interacting with other reactant or product molecules, alternating the rates of reaction. In most cases, rates of reactions are increased by the action of catalysts. However, in some situations, the rate of undesired reactions are selectively suppressed. Returning to its original form, after reaction cycles, a catalyst with exactly the same nature is reborn. In practice, a catalyst has its lifespan. It deactivates gradually during the use. General requirements for a good catalyst. These are catalytic activity, catalytic selectivity, and catalytic stability. Catalytic activity. A catalyst should be able to pass through the catalytic cycle multiple times. Higher the number of times the catalyst passes through this cycle, higher is the activity of the catalyst. The number of times that a catalyst can go through this cycle converting substrate molecule to product molecules is defined as the turnover number. In homogeneous systems, the turnover frequency is defined as the number of molecules of substrate converted per second, which is the turnover number in a certain period of time. It depends upon the adsorption of reactants on the surface of catalyst. Chemisorption is the main factor governing the activity of catalyst. The bond formed during adsorption between the catalytic surface and the reactants must not be too strong or too weak. Catalytic selectivity. Catalysts are highly specific compounds. They have an ability to direct the reaction to yield a particular product. The reaction with same reactants but different catalyst may yield different products, and this is known as selectivity of catalyst. Catalysts are highly selective in nature. Catalyst stability. A good catalyst should resist to deactivation because caused by the presence of impurities in feed, thermal deterioration, volatility and hydrolysis of active compounds, attrition due to mechanical movement or pressure shock. A solid catalyst should have reasonably large surface area needed for reaction. This is usually achieved by making the solid into a porous structure. Catalyst with lower catalyst lower the activation energy. Catalysts work by providing an alternative reaction pathway which has a lower activation energy. We can see in the diagram that in the first figure there is an activation energy which is needed for the reaction to proceed, which is higher. But if we see the figure 2, in this two small activation energies are needed, whereas with no catalyst a one activation energy was needed which was higher than the 2, but with catalyst we need two activation energies which are even lesser than the previous one. Types of catalyst and catalytic reactions. The types of catalyst classification based on its physical state. A catalyst can be gas, liquid or solid. Classification based on substances from which a catalyst is made, may be inorganic or organic substances. Classification based on the ways catalysts work. It may be a homogeneous system or a heterogeneous system. Classification based on the catalyst action. It may be a acid-base catalyst, it may be enzymatic, photocatalyst or electrocatalysis and so on. Example of catalysts. Some are metals in nature, some are oxides in nature, and some are finely divided substances which has a large surface area and provides more collision sites, and some catalysts have a support medium which maximizes the surface area and reduces the cost. Catalytic processes can be divided in three main types: heterogeneous, homogeneous and enzymatic catalysis. Heterogeneous catalysis. Catalysts are in a different phase to the reactants, usually solid state. Example, a solid catalyst in a gaseous reaction. It is characterized by the presence of active sites on the catalyst surface. Action takes place at active sites on the surface of a solid. Gases are adsorbed onto the surface. They form weak bonds with metal atoms. Solid catalyst. Active phase, where the reaction occurs, mostly metal and metal oxide. Promoters: textual promoter, electric or structural modifier. What are promoters? Which activate or proceed the reaction, which activate the reaction, which help in the support carrier, increase mechanical strength, increase surface area, may or may not be catalytically active. Solid catalysts. Some common solid support and carrier materials are alumina, silica and zeolite. Other supports are stated over here. For the homogeneous catalysis, catalyst and reactants are in the same phase, usually in aqueous state. Reaction proceeds through an intermediate species with lower energy. There is usually more than one reaction step. Transition metal ions are often involved. Oxidation state changes. Several homogeneous catalytic systems are acid-base catalysis, catalysis by metal ions, by organometallic complexes, by Lewis acids, by porphyrin complexes and by enzymes. These are some of the processes where homogeneous catalysis is used. Now we come on to catalysis characterization. Characteristics and methods. The physical characteristics of a catalyst include surface area, pore volume and its size, which is obtained or which is studied by nitrogen adsorption desorption method and surface area analyzer BET and Langmuir isotherms. Pore size distribution is studied by BJH. Elemental composition of catalyst can be studied or can be obtained by metal trace analyzer, and atomic absorption spectroscopy. Phases present and crystallinity can be obtained by X-ray power diffraction TGDTA. Morphology of the catalyst can be studied by SEM method. Dispersion, assay and particle size of active metal can be studied by CO chemisorption and TEM. Acidic and basic site strength can be studied by NH3 TPD, CO2 TPD. Surface and bulk composition can be studied by XPS. Coke measurement can be done by thermogravimetric analysis and TPU. Applications of catalysis. Industrial applications. Almost all chemical industries have one or more steps involving catalysis. Petroleum, energy sector, fertilizer, pharmaceutical, fine chemicals, etc. Environmental applications include pollution controls in combination with industrial processes such as pre-treatment methods, post-treatment methods, and using alternative materials. Pollution reduction can also be achieved by converting harmful gases to non-harmful ones, by depollution, de-odor and de-color, etc. By not landfilling the factory waste. Advantages of catalytic processes. Achieving better process economics and productivity. It reduces waste. Why are the catalysts important? Make a reaction possible under achievable conditions, because for some reactions it is required that a high pressure and high temperature is a necessity without which a reaction cannot proceed. But by using catalyst we can make the reaction possible at much achievable conditions. Catalyst reduce the necessity of expensive and dangerous conditions, generate high yields and high product purity, reduce the amount of side product and waste created, generate non-racemic mixtures of enantiomers, make a chemical process greener. Thank you.